Ladies and gents, welcome back to Wheel Talk, where we'll talk. Banger. It's the most mediocre time of the year. SEMA! And the Tokyo Auto Show, and others, I guess. It's that time of the year again, kiddos, because the SEMA Auto Show is rolling around the corner once more. Now, the SEMA show, sorry, I appear to have some SEMA stuck in the back of my throat, is the most wonderful time of the year if you are either a nerd or a lost and aimless Las Vegas resident, or you like to look at cars that will likely never exist. Now, the event isn't until November 4th, but manufacturers are already showing off what they're bringing in order to generate more hype and somehow drag a bunch of car designers to Las Vegas in the middle of November. It's calm, it's cool, it's collected, it's closed to the public, and it's downright sexual. So let's get down and dirty with some of the wackiest gizmos, gadgets, and doodads revealed for the SEMA Auto Show this year. Starting with Lexus. All good things come in sixes. Hexagons, beers, the sixth sense, and of course, wheels. Introducing the Lexus LS. Now, in case you, a simpleton, think that you're gonna breathe anywhere near this car, let me just remind you that LS stands for luxury space and not loser simps. In fact, it used to be a limo. And if cars were BBLs, then this baddie would be Nicki Minaj. But there's a reason for that, according to Lexus. Now, Lexus has been a bit reluctant to enter into the massive, oversized SUV arms race. However, they have fully given in and have now forced a van and an SUV to breed in order to get this motor mutant. Now, the reason they do this is because they themselves have said that, quote, sedans are fighting a losing battle against SUVs, end quote. Which is exactly what I love to hear as my Volkswagen Jetta gets turned into a fine mist after being T-boned by a Grand Wagoneer. This also comes after Lexus's parent company, Toyota, deciding to get it sexy.
I'm sexy and I know it.
And have announced a new luxury brand called Century, which aims to go sumo wrestling with companies like Rolls-Royce and Bentley. This also allows Lexus to get a bit girthy with it and create this six-legged son of a bitch. Honestly, I kinda like it. I know I talk about SUVs in the same way a grizzled middle-aged man talks about his ex-wife, but if you're gonna make it big, make it big. So big, to the point where it's mostly just a massive van. And look, if I'm going on a long road trip with my squadron, I'm gonna want to travel in a van. And if I'm traveling in a van, I want it luxurious and comfy. And if I'm traveling in luxury and comfort, of course I want an extra set of wheels to truly stun on these hoes in their simple four-wheel expeditions and Wagoneers. Now, it's worth noting that this car was made entirely by Lexus designers, which is why Lexus engineers wanted to point out that Lexus has no current platform to support this kind of project. That's a SEMA concept classic, baby. Oh, get a load of this cutie. The new Daihatsu Copen concept is really helping me cope with all these wacky cars. If you hate small, lightweight, affordable sports cars, then avert your eyes. Now, unlike most concept cars revealed at SEMA, Toyota CEO Koji Sato himself hints that this shorty may one day actually be real. He even said that he himself will be taking on the role of driving and braking the Copen a lot in testing. If the CEO of Toyota is that tickled to get a chance to test drive this car, then color me excited. A lightweight roadster, think of it as a nephew to the Mazda MX-5, arguably one of the greatest cars ever made.
That's why he's the GOAT!
And it's just as cute, too. Look at those Miata-style circle lights. Oh, and it's even got cute little cheeks to pinch. Aw, Gucci Gucci goo. Aw, you're so grown up now. I used to change your oil, you know. Do you remember that Jake the Dog-looking concept from Volkswagen last year? Well, Honda threw that bitch in the Pack-a-Punch machine and it spat out the Honda Super N. Now, while the Super N may sound like a supercar, or maybe an Adult Swim version of Super Y, this nifty little bugger comes in the form of a tiny, lightweight K-car. And who doesn't love a K-car? The answer is Americans, obviously. But while it's only a proto-twink of a car, it may one day drive on the roads of Britain. God, why do good things have to keep happening to the British? It's got physical buttons, paddle shifters, and even a sporty boost mode, as well as coordinated interior lights and displays. So you can have a little rave inside your Honda. Now, for the longest time, at least here in America, we've just been getting force-fed EV slop. But it finally looks like the tiny, affordable EV scene is getting saucy, with cars like the new Renault 5, the Alpine A290, and Jake the Dog. I mean, the Volkswagen ID every one. Okay, So Japan has just been fucking up the club with these steezy concepts. So let's maybe bump them down a peg as we go back to Lexus to look at the Micro LS concept. Now, I mentioned earlier that Toyota has truly let the rabid pit bull loose in the daycare with Lexus and the new Century brand, and while Lexus may have gone a bit size crazy with the first LS, they decided it needed a stubby little sidekick to go with it. Enter sci-fi forklift looking thing. This is so that when your massive LS finally docks at the nearest spaceport, you can hop in your Micro LS shuttle to hop to your final destination. It comes with a reclining chair, privacy windows, and enough space to maybe turn your head to look at everyone pointing and laughing at you from outside your car. Range? Price? Speed? Forget about it, because this is just another case of Lexus designers gone wild and once again pissing off their engineers.
I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the lemons!
Now, what the hell is a Dodge pickup truck doing at a SEMA show? I'm not quite sure, but if you're a fan of cowboy hats and The Big Lebowski, you're gonna love this concept titled The Dude. And it's green for an incredible reason. Basically, it's a slammed Ram 1500 with some 70s styling and a brat green paint job. It's a bit of a nod back to the original 1970 Dodge Dude, which is just such an awesome name. But it was pretty much the same thing in its time. Slammed, bratty, and putting the cunt in country. Now, there's really not much else to say about this one. In fact, it doesn't even seem much different from the normal Ram truck, so it's a bit hard to say it's a concept car, but one concept truly stands out: the cowboy hat holder on the dash. Now, sure, you won't be able to see toddlers crossing in front of your truck when you're running them over, but you'll be able to gaze upon the beauty of your silly little hat as you careen into the back of a family of 5. Do you have no friends? Do you love AI? Well, seeing as those two things are likely connected, you're gonna love the, there's no name listed here, but it's looking like a concept for the next Mazda 2, and it just wants to be your friend.
I'm different.
While Mazda's new K-car looking hatchback does look awfully cute, Mazda ain't been saying shit about it, except for that one thing that always gets brain-dead investors on board. It's powered by AI.
Bruh.
Mazda themselves have framed it as a warm and not intrusive AI that understands you and anticipates your needs and even your mood, so it can queue up a fire playlist for your drive so you don't have to. Because who wants to do the only enjoyable thing about driving long distances? Making playlists. Mazda also says, quote, "It will be like spending time with a friend. It will invite dimension, variety, satisfaction, and a feeling of being understood. That is all we want," unquote. If that sounds like something you want in your car, Jesus Christ, go outside.
We're underway, lights out, and Perez immediately jumps across. Lewis Hamilton's gonna get the lead. Lewis Hamilton takes it away, but he locks off it, and he's lost it.
Have you lost a dog recently? Oh, well, that's just built Ford tough. But Ford may find them for you in the future. Another day, another patent from an American manufacturer that makes you think, how did a designer even have the kahunas to pitch this to the rest of the team? But this one can almost make sense because it must have come from the most pure of heart designer in Ford's roster of pencil pushers. Because they've actually patented a design that would hypothetically be able to reunify you with your lost pets. Now, bear with me here because this is how it works. So basically, to translate, the system has cameras on the car which would be able to pick up the image of, say, a doggy in distress on the side of the road, patiently waiting for their owner to rescue them in their F-150 chariot of mythical proportions. The system will then compare the picture of the dog on the road to the entire missing pets database, which has got to be the most depressing data project someone could have to keep up to date. Matt Waite, I have a challenge for you. Information would then be run through the database, such as the pet's description, images, last known location, and even the recommended search radius based on the pet's maximum velocity and the time it was picked up. Using the Lost Pets database, the car will then notify the listed owner of the dog in an effort to create a sort of futuristic cyberpunk version of Homeward Bound. Or something. Ford even says that the system can operate when parked, so you don't even need a driver in the car in order for you and your stupid-looking EV to become heroes. Sounds pretty awesome, right? After all, I love dogs, I love cars, and I love my local Fortune 500 monopolistic overlords. But let me raise you one slight concern that I have. You know how high-tech engineering companies that may or may not design drones and weapons for the US military in their spare time always comes out with a headline saying, hey, we made this super cool and state-of-the-art heat-seeking drone that we want to use for, saving lost hikers. Yeah, lost hikers. Now, while I doubt the United States military has any interest in looking for my childhood dog that went to the store for kibble one day and never came back, I'm sure they would have plenty of interest in a software that can take clear enough images of passing entities, while in motion, mind you, to where they can then match them to a massive database linked to their identifying information. Furthermore, this would also work exceptionally well in America, where our road network basically forces everyone to either buy a car or move to Europe. Have fun walking your ass through an unwalkable country to get to a somewhat walkable city. And this whole thing starts to sound a little sketchy when you replace cute, lost, sad dog finder technology with normal-ass human who attended a peaceful protest finder technology. Now, you can give Ford the benefit of the doubt here, considering there is plenty of government research into facial recognition tech already, but it would hit a bit closer to home if I got marked for death in my brutal dystopian dictatorship by a fucking Ford Expedition. On the other side, this dog recognition tech better really know how to differentiate between different dogs of the same breed, otherwise there's going to be one heartbroken motherfucker who keeps getting repeat calls from Ford saying that they found their lost dog at least 10 times a week.
Hey, thanks for listening to Wheel Talk. Come back next week, and maybe we'll talk about cars again. You smell really nice. How does my breath smell? Am I too close? Sorry, am I invading your personal space? If you stuck around this long, you should maybe go watch the other videos. I promise they're really funny. This is what it would sound like if an ASMR YouTuber was getting hit by a truck. Oh my god, no, the truck is coming. Ah, ouch. Yowie, this really hurts. Ouch, ouchies. Ah man, I'm gonna have so many boo-boos. Ouch. Somebody please help.